We're on? Okay. All right, welcome back. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Bashar's next. Oh, by the way, the first one, he apologizes, was Osifius. The second one, with the eyes closed, she hasn't given me her name yet. And Jane was one of my higher selves. And I bid you a good day. Thank you for this interaction. Thank your highest self for coming in here today to allow this interaction, for this impartation of eternal knowledge. To help you, each and every one of you, to realize, remember, be what you are. That of the eternal creator. Love what you are. Be what you are. Seek not what you are. Know what you are, for you are eternal. I am Bashar, energy from Sasani. We are a fourth density being with a co-creation between humanity and Zeta Reticuli. You are our forefathers and mothers. Thank you. For without you and your ascension, I would not be here. Thank you. Questions? Let's rock. Go.
Two. I have two.
First.
Okay. When we went to a medium and we went about my son, one of the things that she said was that he had a choice. He took his life, and that he had a choice.
8 years ago?
Yes.
Okay.
And he had a choice to go over or to come back.
Yes.
And he chose to
back.
go over.
No, he came back. You mean during the suicide?
Yes.
Oh, of course.
He had a choice.
Yes.
And he chose to go to the other side.
It's not another side. Okay, there's no other side. It's another dimension. Okay? There's no wall to go over.
Why did he? Is it better there?
He wanted to understand. Now, here's what happens when you die. You go to a void. Let's call it a waystation, a rest area upon your highway. To hang out, to have lunch, to talk to all of yourselves, to figure out what you want to do next. To reflect back on your life on, I loved it. Let me go again. I like something else. Or you go somewhere else. Wherever you choose, whatever density, whatever expression, whatever incarnation, you have complete free will. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Why did he go over there? Instead of coming back to this life?
Yes.
Because he would have not experienced suicide. He chose to understand the paradigm of suicide. He took it, gave you lessons. Your contract, by the way, don't think for 1 second that you did not know before you accepted him as your future son, that you did not know the paradigm that he was choosing to experience. Now, that was free will, and it played out. Didn't mean it had to play out, but it did. Doesn't matter. Why? It's all creativity. Understand?
I think so.
Keep going. What part is hesitating with you? Delve deeper. Are you mad at him?
No.
Good.
No. He had he had a mental illness that runs in the family.
No, he didn't. He was given the belief he had a mental illness that runs in the family. Son of a bitch. Do you understand what we do with the diarrhea that comes out of your mouths? And yes, I am a little freaked out because I can feel how close the ascension is. So we are going to intensify our understandings to you because you're right on the cusp of ascension. No, he did not have a mental illness until he was given the belief at a certain age that he had that. Nobody ever gets sick until they believe they get sick. Nobody ever gets a disease until they believe they get a disease. You ever been to a hospital? Let's stick a whole bunch of sick people that believe they're sick in the same frickin' building? Are you kidding me? Really? That's my understanding for you. Do you get that?
Yeah.
So, I understand he thought he had that, which led him to the suicide. Why did he think that? Because he was taught that. Now, he also looked at your family history, and the probabilities for him to experience suicide was there because he would have the belief that he had mental illness and all these things that he was seeing, because he was vibrating very high. He was out there, wasn't he?
Yes.
Yes, he was. Because he was accepting his higher selves.
Very smart.
But then he was not getting accepted in the 3D paradigm. So what did he do? Panic, fear, I must be. It played out perfectly. So he did not want to come back and what you would call have a near-death experience or recreate that moment to where the accident didn't happen. That kind of thing. In other words, fix the past, which you have complete control over. You shift realities. You create a new memory for yourself, so to speak. But he wanted to experience that, and he did. And he also knew all probabilities when he left. And there he is. He's back to experience that. He is creating. He is expressing. He is experiencing the wonderful, wonderful 3D density, fourth dimension. That's 3D with time, by the way. Life. Life is service to life. Life doesn't have meaning. You get to do what you want. That's the meaning. Life is not a meaning of words. Life is emotion, feeling, joy, pain, suffering, sorrow, love, happiness, laughter. The gaze upon your wife's eyes. The laughter of your children playing. The evening breeze. Do you realize how powerful, what a creative idea you gave yourselves to be alive? There's no reason except that. Life. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Next question.
What's the deal with animals?
I love them.
Great question.
Where do they come from? Are they...
Where do they come from?
Someone come
Let's
back
see.
as an animal, or...
They create. Okay. When the earth was created, did not take 7 days, by the way. So, when the earth was created, we as humanity set up the paradigm. We created this, we created that, because we are creators. Now, animals are you, entities, living the paradigm of second density. In other words, consciousness without awareness. You have self-awareness. I'm alive. I know I am. Who are you talking to? Me. Ah, perfect. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So they're experiencing 2D. Instinct. Survival. Understanding of that paradigm. You can't wake up out of that paradigm because that paradigm is that paradigm. That's the rules of it because that's the game in play. When you want to wake up, you die. You become the, let's say, predator to prey. Prey to predator. Make sense?
I think so.
So, yes, you were an eagle. Yes, you were a mountain lion. Yes, you were an earthworm. Yes, you were a snail. Lots of you were lots of animals. Insects. Grass, trees, fire, wind. But guess what? Now you get to be those again. Except this time, you, conscience you, get to be that and feel it when you ascend. If you believe enough right now, you can dream about being the wind, you can visualize it, but then when you become the wind, oh, the beauty of that. So, they're experiencing 2D. Make sense?
Mm-hmm.
And also, let's put it this way. Do you all, or most of you anyway, believe in ascended guides or higher selves or your personal guides? Do you, like a fourth density being, you guys understand that paradigm? Yes?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. That's what you are to animals. Make sense?
Yeah.
They're looking up at you. Hi. They don't understand the words. They understand the feeling behind the words. The mental telepathy. Again, I think we said this before, that's why you get the idea to dress up dogs, cats. Because they gave you the idea, I want to look like you. I need to understand my next paradigm. Please help me. And you dress them up and they're going cool.
Now, dolphins and whales are different, right?
Dolphin and whales are us with no forgetfulness.
They're self-aware.
Absolutely. And they know they are the creators. They did not forget.
Aren't some of them smarter than us?
That's not
Well, let's say no, because everyone is equal, but let's say, yes. Does that make sense?
Oh, yes.
So, you can go to a dolphin or a whale and be love instead of fear because they smell it and commune. Why do you think so many dolphins save lives? Make sense? Mm-hmm. Whales as well. Even killer whales have saved, but they've also eaten because that was their meal and they smell fear and ta-da. But then again, that person chose to be eaten to see what it was like to be eaten by a whale. That is expression of understanding. And don't worry. For let's say this. We'll start with animals. When a predator attacks a prey, and the prey knows at the moment that there's no escape, they leave. So don't worry, they're not feeling the pain. Much like you, at the point of death, if you know you're going, it's done. Your body will flail and scream and stuff, but all of that is gone. Don't worry about it. Unless you choose to stay and experience the pain, recovery, and whatever you choose. Don't look at it like that, please. It is expression of life. It is filling all the cavities of expression. All the feeling to their fullest. And when you're done with it, you move on. Change is the only constant. Keep moving, keep going, keep creating, keep understanding, keep remembering. Over and over and over again. Stay in the moment, express, be, love, lock it in, move on. Make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wonderful. Any questions? Further questions, rather, pardon me. Go. Really?
Well, I guess, what happened to my biological family?
Why?
I'm just curious.
Is it a curiosity or is it a guilt?
No, there's no guilt.
No guilt. You're free from it. You've forgiven them.
Yeah,
And you want to find them?
sure.
They're dead.
Okay.
Good. Are you okay with that?
Yeah, I guess.
Well, then the guilt's still there. Oops. Because you want to know something about that, don't you?
Yeah.
And in that knowing, there is a missing part of you. make no mistake about this. When you are missing something and you are seeking something, it is only a reflection back to you that you are not loving yourself fully. Guys, gals, beings of creativity. This is a game. Look at it as a game, just to experience. You have other family members from that biological that are still alive. You have 2 sisters and an aunt. The Rents' parents are gone.
Okay.
You can seek them out if you choose. How do you do that? Are you ready?
Yeah.
Who do you want to know about?
Living or dead?
Well, let's go with living.
I guess my sisters.
Okay. Ask. For this is the time. Now, any teachers in here? Hang on, I'm getting around. You're a teacher, correct? Awesome, awesome. Now, let's look at it like this. When you go up to a student, you give him a problem. Do you immediately give him the solution, or do you show him how to do it?
Yeah, show them how to.
Ah, perfect. So, I'm showing you how to do it. I can give you all the answers in all the world. The parents was enough, but what does that do? It just locks in a belief. Okay, cool, now what? But you didn't understand your capabilities of finding out for yourself. To extend yourself beyond the paradigm of, since I don't know where they are, or I don't understand, or where do I start? No, what do? Follow your highest self. Ask, I want to know my sisters. I want to understand them. I want them to contact me. That is what I want. You are allowed to have whatever you want. Why? Your universe, your creative powers, yourself. Ask the question, and you will get the answer, and you will magically lead them to you, and you to them. I see the probabilities. Susan, Jessica. That's all. Next. Unless there's further you would like.
No, I'll seek it myself.
Awesome blossom. Now you're ascending. Now you're being the creator. Now you're being yourself. Now our eternal thanks for your trust in your higher self, your being. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Awesome. For the vibration has shifted. The ascension for you alone have done it. Our eternal thanks. Next question. Oh, sighs. My goodness.
I'm attracting the wrong type of people in my life.
Ah,
Do I attract the
stop.
right people?
As soon as you said I am attracting the wrong type of people, guess what? How can you know if there's a wrong type of person in your life? Is that not a judgment against that person?
Necessarily.
Yes, it is. Because anything that's wrong is not love. Listen to me. When you get a wrong type of person in your life, I don't like that. That's wrong. Get out of my life. Wait a minute. How about this approach? Awesome. Interesting perspective. Let me see if I can understand myself through this wonderful mirror of reflection. And let me see. I don't like that about them. I don't like that about me. Why not? Let me go and find that belief. Dig, dig, dig. Live it up. Love the feeling. Get in the emotion. Find the anger. Find the hate. And look at it and go, oh, I'm done with that. Thank you. Next. That is the lesson. There are no wrong in your life. You must remember that. There is never, ever anything wrong in your life. You're choosing it to be wrong. When you see it as love, when you see it as creation, when you see it as ascension of yourself, and you understand it only as that, then that will leave your life. Does that make sense? Because you understand it. When you understand it, lock it in, it becomes a knowing, then it's no more. None of you in here will ever murder again, will you? No, you don't want to. Why? Because you're done with it. Got it? Make sense?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so what you're doing is now judging the wrong people. Everybody is beauty. Everybody is an individual expression of what? Creativity. Is there any greater, higher, more joyous? understanding than seeing creativity. No. That's why there's a million of us watching you. You guys are awesome. Make sense?
Yeah.
So keep creating, and when you do, well, you can't help but to create. When you see a creation that rubs you the wrong way, know that's you judging yourself. And when you look at that, you'll see that you are judging that person for what? For who they are? For their individual ascension? Because they don't understand your paradigm, so you're going to put your ideas on their paradigm and hold them back from their own ascension? Do you understand? Look at everybody as absolutely what it is. Eternal love. Understand what that is. If you do not receive eternal love, you receive some kind of judgment against that person. I don't like this, or they do it like this. Great! That's awesome! Because that is understanding of yourself. That is the paradigm. You set up the challenge to see that, to understand that, to embrace it, to delve into it, to love it, to cherish that moment, to understand who you are now. All of you can look at every single moment of your last lives, current lives, this life. Does everyone love every single second of their history in this lifetime? No. There was lots of views like, why did I do that? What was I thinking? But that was your highest excitement of your understanding of yourself at that time. But you're not going to do it again because you learned. So that is what you're doing. You're ascending. You're gaining knowledge. Taking that wonderful knowledge into wisdom. Lock it into your soul. It is the expression, the understanding of what you are, and you move on. If you are judging, wonderful. Just know you don't have to judge anymore. Realize that's you and change it. So, how do you want to attract the right people in your life? Was the next part? Guess what? Love. Love everybody for what they are. Acceptance of everybody for what they are. Which is what? Acceptance of you, of what you are. And you will raise and attract love, 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 love. Make sense?
Yes.
So that is what you're doing. You're understanding yourself. There's no judgment in that. That is beautiful. That is creativity. That is love. That is the individual expression of the creator that you are. You cannot understand the depth of the importance of each and every one of you creating this paradigm. It is so essential to all for understanding the beauty of humanity.